welcome back to the channel, and we are back over in Cold September, and I have something a little bit strange and I guess exciting would be the word. We're going to be looking at something that is not something that you would normally see, and that's going to be Kirk's triple on John here. So let's take a look at the base, kind of see what kind of base we're looking at. Now, this is one of those, I want to say like a bait base, in a sense where it's kind of dissuading you from using like a regular meta attack. And the reason I say that is because you have like the single Inferno, the centralized CC, offset Eagle from the Town Hall, and then you have both scatter shots and all the heroes kind of all in one compartment, right? So these are all like, this general area right here is not something that you would normally see on like a regular anti 3 base. And then on the back side, you got the quad expos behind the Eagle with the RC. I guess the purpose of this base would be more to defend something like the Kill Squad Hogs, with like the 6 Yetis, getting all the heroes and getting in a scatter shot. The CC being kind of deep kind of puts a damper on that plan. But Kirk comes up with a way here, because there is some value to be got from a kill squad into like a hog attack here, and it's going to be the bomb towers, the heroes, Town Hall, both scatter shots. All those defenses are pretty devastating to hogs, and hogs do really well against stuff like the single Infernos. We do have the very real possibility of like a quad giant bomb in here, which the intention would be like, the way most people approach these bases is to send a kill squad to get the hero compartment and then get everything behind it with like the queen and the Yetis, and then hog in from this direction or this direction depending on where you come in, and then kind of just let the hogs run the back end. Because if you look, giant bomb spot, but this can all be healed. Spring traps, no springs, you got like spring traps along the outside, and then of course like another giant bomb spot, and then the quad giant bomb. So basically, like, as hogs would split here, you'd have to deal with the RC, and then the giant bombs in this area would kind of kill off any hogs, leaving the Eagle up, leaving the RC up, and these expos have a lot of HP, so it takes hogs quite a while to get through them. So it's kind of a way for them to defend against something like kill squad hogs. Now, if we're looking at all these, all these expos are on ground, so hogging into 4 ground expos is not ideal. Ideally, you want to use something like, like one of the air meta attacks like dragons or Lalo, but it's not impossible. But Kirk's actually going to be doing something very, very different here. He's going to be using hogs. He's going to be using like, I think 6 ice golems, I think 25 hogs, and then a bunch of bats and a bunch of freezes. He's not going to bring any heals. And the reason why he's doing that is because he knows that he can tank this double wizard tower with the hogs, which lets him bat wave into these defenses, and then he's got freezes planned for the back end. So if his hogs only clear through, like, say, this general area, that's actually kind of ideal, because he can use the bats to do the bat wave through the rest of the base. Bats are extremely strong, especially when you can kind of account for all the splash damage in the base. So this is just a beautiful attack, because it's thinking outside the box. This is kind of what you need to do, especially in these mixed breakdown wars where you only have a really limited number of bases. And then when you're dealing with like the top clans like Clash United, really good mixed breakdown clan, they're gonna go for the perfect wars. So you're gonna need to do the same. And sometimes when you find bases like this, you got to really think outside the box. So let's say the hogs can clear these 2 wizard towers. There's nothing here that's going to hurt bats. Now you have a wizard tower down south and 2 wizard towers here. You have the RC that's going to be helping with the hogs. And the RC also helps with bats, because the more the RC can clear, the less work the bats have to do. And then obviously the double scatter shots are accounted for, and the bomb towers for the hogs are accounted for, and then the heroes for the hogs are accounted for. Now he's not going to be coming in directly in like the V area right here. He's going to be coming in on the flanks. And the reason why he's going to do that is because the base has the holes in the wall, and it's going to be easier to set a funnel that's reliable to get everything to kind of loop into here and then get all this area down. I believe he uses the jump spell, but he might not. He might just use wall breaker and get everything in there. And the whole intention of that is, use the ice golems to slow everything down, all your damage here, and then just get the town hall down, and then just start your hogs in this way. So it's not really much explaining. It's more just base identification. This is a very simple attack, but it's very strong, so we're going to get into that. So 6 ice golems, 6 loons. Not sure if he uses the wall wrecker, but he's going to use these 2 loons to get these Teslas down in the corner. Then he's going to go ahead and start setting this funnel. It's easy to set a funnel when you have like those outside mortars. Goes ahead and uses 2 ice golems with his king, and they're just going to let the king kind of do his thing on the funnel. Then he uses 2 ice golems with the queen. That's, again, just going to let her protect. 2 more loons come down on the bomb tower. That sets the rest of his funnel so his king doesn't have to run all the way down the base. And that wall wrecker, he freezes the enemy queen because he wants the wall wrecker to bust that wall. It doesn't actually end up busting, which is going to kind of deny him the ability to get that second scatter shot. But as you're going to see, it's not really going to matter. Yeti mites are bouncing, getting all those defenses, so the queen can kind of work her magic on the Inferno tower, or the Giga Inferno. Pops the ability, queen snipes off the Giga. So now he has pretty good hog pathing. It's not the best hog pathing, but again, he's not relying on the hogs per se. This scatter shot obviously is not ideal to be up for hogs. He was planning on that going down, but with the scatter shot being tanked here, he's going to go ahead and get his hogs going and get his RC going, and then he's going to get his bats in pretty early. So here come the hogs. Send some hogs in from 12 just to directly target that scatter shot. He's going to use the eagle, or the tome, very early. So the good part about these kind of bases is that you can pretty reliably predict where the giant bombs are going to be and where the spots that you need to kind of tome are. So there goes RC taking out that first wizard tower. Hogs tank the second one. And you're going to see that this attack goes from a kill squad hogs into more of a kill squad bats. And it's crazy to say that, but now we're using spells as kind of our back end troops. Hogs get the top side wizard tower, and then these bats are going to go ahead and just swarm this wizard tower, and boom, it goes down. And as you can see, he's got cleanup all around the base. He's got wizards down. The RC is going to be kind of a hassle because the RC is not the best thing for bats to deal with, and they're also dealing with these skeletons. So bats are really bad on storages as well. For some reason they'll one-shot an eagle artillery, but God forbid they hit a storage. But this is just a really interesting take on the base. I actually came up with an idea on this base that was very similar to a kill squad hog. And then I also had an idea for a Lalo, but I think Kirk just kind of took the idea from the kill squad hog and just kind of evolved it into something that kind of fits both metas. The bats are kind of like an air troop, and then the kill squad hogs is more for the bait base. So we kind of married those two things together. So that was very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and show the other replays. I'm gonna show one from Lord, and I'm gonna show one from Zarth. Well, I'm just call him Loch, but that's Loch Ness if anyone knows. We had a lot of Queen Charge Lalo in this war, so very nice to see. This attack was insane. Lord coming in here just dropping some hate. I don't think we had like a Sui Lalo plan for this, and it was actually pretty strong. Don't really know where this plan came from, but he's gonna come in here and just absolutely smash this base. His queen's gonna get a ton of value. Goes ahead and uses the Yeti bomb in the blimp. Gonna get his queen down, start working her through the base. Go ahead and speed up the CC kill. Ice golems take forever. Gets his king down. King's gonna just kind of push the queen in towards those walls. And again, I covered this on my Queen Charge Lalo video. The king is pretty liberally used in a Queen Charge Lalo because you don't need him to funnel for the loons at all. So uses the RC as well, and you can kind of see what he's doing. He's basically cutting a straight path using his heroes. through the base, right? So he's cleared this whole section of the base off. Queen still has ability, so she's going to be fine. She can actually probably step up and get the Town Hall. Yep, she's actually about to do that. Use the ability there. Boom. Going to get the Expo as well, most likely. And then you can just see he's going to freeze the Eagle, just take some damage. Doesn't have to, he doesn't even have a haste spell. You know, he's just kind of letting his loons do work. Don't really need the haste spell. Still has a freeze in the bag. Queen's at full health, and he's got 3 loons. Clean up down nice and early, using the loons from the top side to just make sure that his loons stay inside the base, going towards this air defense and this wizard tower. And like I said, it's just kind of like a straight shot through all the defenses with the queen and these loons, keeping everything in that channel that we always talk about. So this was just like a much better queen charge Lalo than mine. And then Loch Ness is actually also going to be using a queen charge Lalo. So these queen charge Lalo, man, you know, it's kind of coming back. I think that makes 4. Yeah, because Lord did 2 queen charge Lalos, and then Locke did 1, and I did 1. So that's 4 queen charge Lalos here. Now this is the base that we saw in my War Whales war. I tripled this, but the sweepers were actually different on this one. So in the War Whales, the sweeper was not pointed in this direction, and then the expos and against the War Whales attack were on ground. So he's going to be going into 4 air expos with a queen charge Lalo. But we're going to see that the plan still works. Now, when I did this, I ended up doing a wall break here. The king wrapped like this into the base to kill the enemy queen. His is not going to do that, but he's going to use the RC here to protect his healers, because the queen is going to choose to go to this side and then work like this. So he's going to wall break on this side. Queen's going to loop around and follow in. So he's using the RC to just get that scatter shot as low as possible. I believe on the video mine actually got it down, but king doesn't go in there, so he's gonna have to deal with the enemy queen, but he's fine. Doesn't need to really panic or anything like that. There's not a lot of point defenses on the queen. Queen's just gonna go ahead and do her thing. Uses a freeze. I think he's gonna rage the queen one more time as she heads into this warden platform and the scatter shot, and then he's gonna send in the Lalo from 9 like this, I believe, and then he's going to send in like the battle blimp, and he's going to tome in this general area to make sure his blimp gets there, and that's going to kind of alleviate the problem with the sweeper by having the tome there to keep that freaking blimp alive so it gets to town hall. In the video I tomed a little bit late, lost a bunch of balloons, so he's going to avoid doing that by using the tome early for the blimp and all of his loons. Still has 5 loons in the bag. I believe he's going to bring those in from 6 o'clock to help deal with those expos. Freezes the town hall just to save a bunch of his loons. And then here come the back end loons. Very nice and patient on the Lalo. He's got a ton of balloons left up. Maybe, I don't know if the queen gets the Inferno. Yeah, she barely gets it, but she ends up dying, so that's kind of unfortunate. In the video I had, I ended up freezing the Inferno Tower, so, you know, sometimes video plans don't work out as well. He ended up using that freeze on the enemy queen, because my king ended up getting the enemy queen, but it's not going to matter. A lot of times, if you can kind of replicate and just get things to go relatively the same, you'll get the same result. So, very, very nice there. Queen charge Lalo. We ended up clearing all the 13s. They did as well. So good job to both clans. We just came up a little bit short on the Town Hall 12s, whereas they only left, I think, 1. Yeah, they left 1. So really good war to them. And, I mean, really good war to us. We just had to pick it up at Town Hall 12. Sometimes things just don't work out for you. But we ended up clearing all the 11s. And we ended up clearing all the 13s. So that's definitely not something to hang your head in shame about. But that's it for today, guys. Just wanted to bring you guys some, you know, some not hybrid, not Yetis, you know, stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to be bringing you some Town Hall 12 action, not this week because I have a lot of Town Hall 13 coverage. And I'm also going to be bringing you a video on the base that I used. It's going to be, how many defenses did I end up getting in this war? I mean, it's not anything crazy. But as you can see, Clash United is very, very strong. ended up getting four. It took 4 hits to get my base down. So I'm gonna be doing like a base breakdown. It's like an anti-2 really aids base. So I'll be giving you guys that link, and then I'll also be giving you guys like a breakdown of why the base works, and uh, pretty much just things I look for in an anti-2 base to try to make it hold as many hits as possible. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share it with your clanmates, share it with your friends. Definitely not something you see every day, using a kill squad hogs with a top end bats, I guess. So hope you guys enjoyed seeing that. Really nice job, Kirk. He sent me a message after he did it. Said, "Hey man, I got some crazy stuff that I just did, and you might want to check it out." So big shout out to Kirk, one of my favorite guys in the game, and I really enjoyed playing with him. I'm glad I'm over here in Cold Step with him, and hope everyone from the Genesis family over there is doing well as well. All right, guys. Catch you on the next one. Take it easy.